Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Oscar Alex YouTube channel. And today I'm doing my very first Fish Keepers Q&A between me and my personal friend, slash Master 1989 Jeff. So welcome, guys, to our live Q&A. And I've got to say, I actually love these live Q&As. They're actually quite interesting, to say the least. So you guys are free to join the video if you wish by clicking the link in the video description. But please keep in mind, I do my radio shows and my video. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. I had my video playing. But anyways, I do my videos and my radio shows PG-13. So if you are going to join today's video, I ask that you don't swear, because not only do I have children watching, I have my sponsors watching. Cheesecakes by Design, which sponsors the ACE Network, watches these videos, and she was not very fond of the swearing that was going on because of someone who joined our live chat yesterday. And also, sometimes Hikari Sales USA, who sponsors me, watches these live streams. So please, I'm asking you, if you're going to join the live stream, don't swear. Otherwise, I will have to block you from being on the live stream videos. And you guys know I don't want to do that at all, because it's a lot of extra work to do, and I'm trying to broadcast live. So I figured I'd get that started when we get this video started. So I figured that'd be a good way to start us off. So remember, no swearing and have fun. And hopefully you guys will ask us some questions in the chat room. So I think without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring on my wonderful best friend, my fish keeping friend, a good friend from Oregon. So slash Master 1989, whenever you're ready, you can join us. This is going to be awesome.
How's it going today, Alex?
It's going great. I'm really happy to have you here again. This is really fun. I'm glad you showed me how to do this.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
You do a great job. You're my best co-host I ever had on the Aquatic Wetline. I got to tell you that to all my listeners hear it.
Yeah, I'm working on getting in front of the camera a little more. I'm just kind of nervous about it, but within the next couple of days, I'll be doing it.
Yeah, I'm lucky because I was the first guy to see you in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, though.
So how do you want to get started with the Q&A? You just want to BS about fish until we get some questions?
Yeah, right now we have no viewers. I just advertised on Twitter and Google+, so hopefully we'll get some during or when we start. But we can just start with some regular questions and stuff if you want.
Okay, I got a question for you. What kind of fish and what are you going to be getting into in the aquarium hobby in the future?
Great question. Well, after last night, I decided that I was going to be getting into discus in, let's say, a month or two. Once I get my Oscars into a 125, I'm going to have a separate 55-gallon tank dedicated to discus, where I'm going to have 6 discus, some Marino Petros, and some Corridors catfish. I know there's a certain man out there that thinks I can't have discus, but I'm going to prove him wrong, and when I do, he's going to be upset.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get into some discus too, but I'm not trying to make anyone upset.
No, I don't think you will. You're an awesome fish guy. You're the best co-host.
I'm the kind of person that sees a fish and doesn't care if I have room for it or not. I buy it. So that's my biggest problem, impulse buying. Like that clown knife I bought. That was an impulse buy, and I regretted it for a while until I got rid of it.
I'm with you on that. I do the same exact thing. I buy fish that I like instantly without thinking about how I'm gonna stock them.
Because I'm sitting there at the fish store and I didn't do any research or nothing, and I'm looking around. I went in there for community fish, like a couple more angelfish to go with my angelfish aquarium, and I look over and there was the knife fish, and I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna buy it. So I didn't know nothing about it, and I get home and it says it gets like 24 inches or something like that, and I almost passed out.
Yeah. I thought of a good question for last night, but I couldn't remember at the time of the show last night, but I remember it now. Could you tell us about your local fish stores in Oregon? I know you told me on the phone, but I think our listeners would love hearing about it.
Well, the local fish stores in my area that are pretty close, they're okay if you get the fish before they stick them in their tank. like when they come in from the supplier, but some of their tanks don't look very good. And I went in there and I see multiple dead fish in some of the tanks, and they just stock stuff weird. They put like South American cichlids and African cichlids in the same tank, and they have discus in with like the bikers, and they have a neon tetras, and they have something now that they're starting to carry, like a lot of hybrids like flower horns, red parrot cichlids, and they have this thing in now I've never heard of. You ever heard of a baby whale, Alex?
Yes, I've heard of those before.
I'm not sure what it is, but
it's actually like a elephant nose, and it's like a black ghost knife. It's like one of those things called I'm not even able to pronounce the scientific name, but it's actually like a knife fish.
Yeah, when I got that's what happened to me. I'm at that local pet store that I'm talking about right now, and I see this knife fish in a 10-gallon tank. There were 4 of them.
Oh, nice.
So I like Mass Aquarium says you got to quarantine your fish, and I didn't do that. And I should have known that, because the only fish that was swimming around is the one I got. The rest of them were sulking at the bottom. So
yeah,
I ended up getting that one that was swimming around, and I got home and put it in my tank. And I woke up the next morning, and it was a quarantine tank because I already got some fish. But the problem is I just didn't use it as a quarantine tank. I ended up keeping all my community fish that would fit in the 30-gallon long into it. So I just threw it in there, and I woke up and they all had eggs.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I have to learn to quarantine fish too. I just go buy them and acclimate them and throw them into my tank.
Yeah, like Mass Aquarium says, you got to quarantine on his last video.
Yeah, he's got a great channel. I love Mass Aquarium's channel.
Yeah, I like his ball busting episodes.
I know. Thank God he hasn't done one on me.
Yeah, you had a video. You should go on there and ask him to do a ball busting video on you.
That'd be awesome. Remember, I did one a while ago on Hannah Pro Discus. That was pretty good.
The best fish store in my area. It's like I'm gonna say 140-mile drive, and it's called the Wet Spot in Portland, Oregon.
I've heard about that place, the Wet Spot. They're very popular.
Yeah, and they have like a lot of like rare cichlids that you don't see very much. And then like, if I'm gonna order a couple more cichlids, and I think I'm gonna go talk to Jeff Rapps about it.
Yeah, you got to go to Jeff Rapps. He's the man to go to for cichlids. Even discus, he gets in wild caught discus every now and then.
Yeah, but if I'm getting discus, so I want to support a fellow YouTuber and radio show host, so I'm going to try to go with Dakota Discus. And if William T had discus breeding right now, I'd probably buy one of those too.
Boo! I just had to do that. Sorry.
Hey, come on, man.
No, I'm not happy with William right now.
No, but like I'm going to support the local, like the Dakota Discus. I think I'll buy some discus from him, because I hear from everybody that he's a great fish keeper. And he said that if you purchase discus, awesome. I seen that he said if you purchase discus from him and you're a beginner, just let him know and he'll lend you all the information you need to keep them alive.
Yeah, I'm definitely buying from Andy in May or June. He's going to give me a good deal.
You know, and the other 2 pet stores, there's the Wet Spot, and in about 40 miles, there's a place called the Animal House. And it's an awesome fish store. I go in there and I just can't stop looking around. They got tons of tanks, and it's the only fish store that I've ever seen that has a tank dedicated to Oscar. And it's a big tank.
Awesome. I'd love to go see that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just like an old house that looks like it's nothing. And you go in there and they just have tanks plugged with fish.
That's great.
So, Alex, what are your favorite local fish stores in your area?
Okay, there's actually a lot of great local fish stores in my area. My first favorite is one that I actually did a live broadcast from the aquatic pet line. That was School of Fish Inc. I know the owners very well. I know Dave and Stan for 20 years or so. They were actually the people I got my first tank from. and they know I've been in the hobby for a while, and I get a lot of deals from this fish store. I bring in my fish, I get some awesome store credit, and if I see a fish I like and I don't have the exact amount of money on it, I usually get about anywhere from 20 to 25% off of a particular fish when I usually ask for a price, a lower price. But I usually don't like to do that because I like to support the fish stores businesses. So luckily for me, the last couple of years I've been able to pay the full price for a fish, so that's great. Anyways, my personal favorite fish store is School of Fish Inc. They've got everything a freshwater hobbyist is going to love. They got your community fish, what I call feeders, like the neon tetras, the cardinal tetras, your rasboras, your platies, your mollies, your live bearers.
You and that word feeders, you need a magnifying glass to see them.
Yep, you know that. Don't you know that? And then they've got some exotic stuff. Like they always have arowanas in stock. They always got bikers in stock. Once in a while, they get stingrays, freshwater and saltwater, and they always like to carry loaches. You're always going to find clown loaches. You're always going to find red-tailed boreal loaches and all of the exotic kinds of loaches. They always have knife fish. They always carry black ghost knives, clown knives, albino clown knives. Sometimes they have royal clown knives. And at one point, they did have an Abba Abba knife. And they're actually the only fish store in my area that sells freshwater puffers in both the green spotted, and they also sometimes will have MBU and Fahaka puffers. And when they do get those things sell quick because they're really rare up here. And they have Oscars. They have a wide variety of South and Central American cichlids. And by the way, one of our videos the other day, I know one of our people on our video said that a convict cichlid is actually a South American cichlid because I rewatched the video. But a convict is actually a Central American cichlid. So I just wanted to throw that out there. They always have a lot of varieties of severums and stuff. They got a lot of nice stuff. So School of Fish is my personal favorite fish store. And then about 45 minutes from my house, maybe an hour, all the way in South Hadley, Mass, is Fish Frenzy Tropical Fish with my buddy Ed Picard, who is the owner of Fish Frenzy. Now, Ed and I have known each other for at least 15 years now. I've been in his first store in West Springfield, Mass, which is which is a half hour for me. And then I go to his Ludlow store, which is about 10 minutes for me. And now he's in South Hadley. So I know him since he was first in the fish business, believe it or not. So I have a lot of respect for Ed Picard. I love his store. I love going to buy from him. He's got a ton of freshwater stuff. He has more of the bread and butter freshwater stuff, though. His specialty is saltwater. So if I were to go to saltwater, I'd go with Fish Frenzy because there's a nice gentleman there that's very big into reefs and corals. A very nice guy there. And then I've got a chain store called Dave's Pet Food City. I go to them once in a great while because they got a buy one fish, get three free special. Or, excuse me, buy three fish, get one free. I don't know why I had that backwards. But Dave's has a buy three fish, get one free special. And that usually comes in handy when I'm buying things like silver dollars or sometimes some schooling fish. Or the fish keeper and me, if I buy an Oscar, if I buy a Jack Dempsey, and I buy a Pleco, I get another fish for free. So I take advantage of that. But the problem with Dave's Pet Food City is their fish are usually not quarantined. So you have to be like iffy there. That's why I don't go there too often. Plus the prices are kind of on the high side. I mean, I was there yesterday, the one in Springfield. They've got 2-inch Oscars going for $20. I was like, holy shit. You can get a 2-inch Oscar at Walmart for $12, even though I would not support buying an Oscar at Walmart.
That's a lot. Of 2-inch Oscar here is like, I think, $5.
Yeah, you're right. In some areas, they're $5, and I was like, why are these Oscars $20? What are they out of their minds?
Yeah, so Alex, let's say in Massachusetts, you have a giant fish. Let's say you're a beginner and you buy a pacu, and you have a 50-gallon tank, and then the pacu turns into the tank buster. Is there any place up there that will actually rescue like big fish that normal pet stores can't take back?
I'm not sure about now, but when I was a kid, like when I was 8 or 10 years old, my local museum, the Springfield Science Museum, would actually take in pacus and take in arowanas and things that outgrew a tank. I know right now, currently, they have like a whole bunch of pacus in their tank and a lot of big monster fish. So luckily for me, we actually have the Springfield Science Museum that has a big Amazon display tank as well. Plus, about an hour away from me is the New England Aquarium. And I'm not sure if they take in pacus, but they may be able to as well. But generally, I'd say I would contact the museum first, the museum, if they would take your pacu. If not, I would check the local fish stores. And if I can't take them, unfortunately, I'd have to recommend the euthanizing the fish. This is why research comes in very important in this case.
So, okay, now you're talking about euthanizing a fish. What are the steps to that? I would never personally do it because I'm going to do my research and know that I can care for the fish for its whole life. But let's say a beginner gets a fish that they have to do that to. What would you have to do to do that?
Well, there's certainly a lot of ways you can do it. I've never personally done it because I think it would bring me bad luck if I did it. But one of the ways that is very popular, at least I've read on Facebook, is to actually take the fish and put it in a big enough bag with a little bit of ice cold water and pop it in the freezer. I guess the cold temperatures will slowly cause a non-painful death, but I don't know how true that is. But I guess it works a lot quicker. Another way to do it, and I'm too afraid to do this, is to actually put the fish in a bucket or on the floor and bang it with a hammer in the head or something. But to me, that's too gruesome. I would never do that. Or you could just simply take them and put them in a trash bag and throw them in the trash too. But I've never euthanized a fish because luckily for me, my fish store will take in anything if they have the room. So I'm lucky in that aspect. But I know some of you guys out there might not be that lucky. So you might have to look up the euthanization route.
Yeah, I could never do that.
Yeah, me either.
That's why research is the key to the fish keeping hobby.
Actually, I have to give credit where credit is due because School of Fish Inc., when they do have pacus in, they actually won't sell you one unless you've got a big tank. Because I saw a kid the other day, a guy was going to buy a pacu for 55-gallon and he refused to sell. So I have to give them a well-deserved shout-out for that.
Yeah, I seen a video last night on YouTube. This guy had a 55. He goes, I went to the Petco 55 or $1 per gallon and got a 55-gallon tank. And he goes, I just filled it up and I added fish. And then he showed the tank and just a brand new tank, just filled up. He added 4 Oscars and a pacu to a 55.
Oh my God! I don't know why people like to add more than one Oscar into a tank. And then have
I don't know why people like to add fish to a brand new tank that's not even cycled. Especially, I mean, these weren't baby Oscars. These Oscars were like 11 inches, and the pacu was like 12.
Damn, that tank's gonna have a high ammonia spike. Those fish are gonna be dead by tonight, if you're not dead already.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Some people are idiots, I guess.
So, Alex, your term feeder fish, why do you call them feeder fish? What do you have against feeder fish? And why are you ever going to keep yourself a community tank with just the fish you call feeder fish? Mr. Feeder Fish.
Okay, feeder fish. Well, one of the reasons I call them feeders, I'm going to go over here and show you if you can see them, is because this guy right here actually eats them. I feed off feeders like neon tetras and stuff to them every once in a while. No, I'm just kidding. I don't feed them neon tetras. But in all honesty, I call them feeder fish because in the natural world, in their natural river habitats, down in the Amazon River and such, those little fish will become feeders to monster fish. So the only reason I call them feeder fish is because they're teeny tiny in my fish keeping world. You know I love the monster fish, so I have to call everything else that is too small feeders, but in reality, yes, I do like them. And yes, I have kept a feeder tank before. I had rummy nose tetras, aspidos, and I had a Jerem blue ram. And even though the tank was filled with color, I didn't like it that much at all. I was not interested. I mean, I get a lot of personality out of my Oscars and out of my Severums and out of my catfish that I have more than I did with my community fish. They were just swimming around, and the aspidos and rams, all they did was hide. So I wasn't really interested in community fish. But I will be getting community fish again because, believe it or not, I'm going to be having discus, and my goal is to have rummy nose tetras, cardinal tetras, and corridorus. So yes, I will be having feeders.
Awesome. And like I was saying earlier, is with the Oscars, is you got to have the right tank. Like right now, my Oscars aren't too big, and I had some problems, so I had to move them out and treat them. So I have them in a 75 right now too, and they're not too big, so they're fine in there right now. But even for one Oscar, I'm going to say, like you always say, the minimum tank would have to be a 75 because an Oscar gets like 12 inches to maybe a little bigger, and a 55-gallon tank's only 12 inches deep, and a 75 would be 18 inches deep.
Yes, very true. Very, very true. I definitely agree with you on that.
There's nothing worse than seeing a fish like an Oscar in a tank that can't turn around.
Yes, I definitely agree 100% with you on that.
And like I'm pushing it right now with 2 Oscars in there, but they're happy and healthy right now. So, and I do my water changes. So until I move them into the 125, I think they're going to be okay for a little bit.
Yeah, they'll do okay in there for a while.
And I have super filtration.
Nice.
I have two 75-gallon hang on the backs, and then 2 40-gallon canister.
Nice. So my next question for you is, what fish you want to get next?
I want to start a saltwater tank and get 2 clownfish, like Mass Aquariums had. You and Mass Aquariums talked me into it. But I'm actually starting. I was going to do a 75-gallon reef tank, but that was kind of big for my first tank, so I think I'm going to go with a 40 breeder.
Yeah, it's a good size tank.
Well, just for a reef tank, and I think it'll be good for a couple clownfish, and I want to get like a goby.
Nice.
I don't know if you can keep a tang and a 40 yellow tang and a 40-gallon breeder or not.
No,
but those are cool too.
I don't think you could. Maybe you could. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, well, I'd make sure. So I might do a 40-gallon saltwater tank and just stick with the nano saltwater fish.
Nice.
So Alex, what's the fish you're getting soon?
Well, soon, as in today or tomorrow, I will be getting a extra large common pleco. And you guys know that I love common pleco, so I'm really excited about that. And I'll be getting a brand new fish tank too today or tomorrow. And then in a couple of months after I get my 125 up and running, for Oscar cichlid tank mates, I'll be getting some crented cichlid pike cichlids. I don't know what species yet though. And I'll be keeping my chocolate cichlid, and I'll be getting one more cichlid for my Oscar tank, and that would be a Jack Dempsey and maybe some sort of catfish. But as for another tank that I'm going to have, I'll be having discus. I'll be getting 6 or 7 discus, tank raised discus, rummy nose tetras, cardinal tetras, and some corridorus. I actually like the stir-by corridorus. They'll look beautiful in a discus aquarium. So pretty soon, I guess I can be called Discus and Oscar Man.
Yeah, so tonight we're doing a show with Dakota Discus, right?
Yeah, tonight we're doing a show with Dakota Discus at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, and I believe 7 p.m. Pacific, if I'm correct.
So everybody be sure to go subscribe to Dakota Discus. He's got an awesome YouTube channel.
Yeah, right now we only got 1 viewer, so I'm surprised we haven't had that many.
No, we're still having fun though.
I know. I see we have a dislike already. I know who that's from.
So let's say, how many discus are you planning on keeping? I'm thinking about 5.
I'm thinking about 5, maybe 6. I know I can't get any more than 6 because I'll be keeping them at 55. But 5 or 6 for me. I love the turquoise discus. I love the candy apple discus, and I even love those checkerboard discus, the pigeon checkerboard discus.
Awesome. I like that. Like, I'm just going to be doing some research on discus. There's 2 discus guys I watch on YouTube that know a lot about discus, so I'm going to study up and make my final decision after I do some studying.
Yeah, you're gonna be happy. I just booked a big discus guest on my aquatic wetline for May. He's gonna be doing his own discus series, so I'm very excited about that.
So I want to try to get like my discus tank to have a couple different colors in it.
Yeah, there's a wide variety of colors of discus. My good friend Andy knows someone by the name of Hands Discus or Discus Hands. He's got a wide variety of beautiful looking discus.
Yeah, I'm just still kind of nervous about it because like my water here is set, I think 7.4 and right out of the tap.
Yeah, you'd have to buy like a pH down bottle. I don't know what brand it is, but you can use that for the water change you do.
Yeah.
Oh, fire truck's going down my street now. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
Sorry, what?
I said a fire truck was pulling down my street. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I guess my video was so good it caught the fire.
Yeah. So Alex, what are you feeding your Oscars right now?
A whole bunch of stuff. So let's see. I'll show you what I feed them. I'm gonna pull out a whole bunch of Akari, right? Let's see. What else do we got here? Damn, it's all Akari stuff. Okay. Well, this is what I feed them for real fish food. Akari food sticks. I'm gonna put it in front of the camera because I want you to see this Oscar that's on it. This is what my tiger Oscar is going to look like when he grows up. I want him to look just like this one. So I'm feeding him some high protein stuff, Akari food sticks.
How big are they?
My Oscars or the sticks?
What are the sticks, like the size of a guppy?
I'll show you them. Yeah, they're like the size of a guppy.
I've never used the sticks. I just use cichlid gold and earthworms.
Really bad though. You gotta be careful. You should wash your hands after using them. They have an awful stench. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring the camera down. Is it showing up?
No, move your hand back a little bit.
Okay. You see?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, it smells really bad now. I'm gonna put it back in the bag. That's because it has fish meal and stuff in there. But the Oscars love it, so I'll keep using it. And then I use a whole bunch of this stuff because I got a whole bunch of bags of this. Over here, somewhere, the big ass box of Akari food. I got cichlid sticks, and then I've got for my clown knife, and my Oscars always pick at it, is Seeking Carnivore pellets. Now that's what I just feed for pellet stuff. I also feed bloodworms, which is in the freezer. I also feed market shrimp. I feed tilapia, and I also feed the occasional guppies and the occasional damios. That's what I feed my Oscars.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Oh, you know I had to.
You don't feel bad when you drop the little fish in there and the Oscars start hunting them?
No, I don't. You know why? Because my Oscars are like, thank you, Alex. We love you, Alex. So I don't feel bad. Their faces light up really. Their faces are really happy when they see a bag of guppies or a bag of Daniels. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't normally feed my Oscars feeders. I did maybe one time when I first got into the hobby, but then I stopped doing it.
I don't do it too often. I do it like as a treat, so maybe once a month.
So one time I had this community tank with nothing in it. So I just bought a bunch of. I was at a pet store and had $2 in my pocket. So I bought 5 of the rosy reds or 10 of the rosy reds. And I just wanted to throw them in there, get some movement in the tank because I think they look pretty cool. And so I get home and something was going on with the tank and the filter quit working. And I think it came unplugged from the wall or something. So what I had to do is I had to float the bag to acclimate them in my Oscar tank. So I'm floating them in there and I come back and the Oscars ripped a hole in the bag and they were all gone before I even got in there.
That's bug. It's funny though. Oscars really look nice when they're hunting down prey. My tiger Oscar's orange is really, really vivid when he's chasing down those little fish. That's why I do it, because I take out my camera and Photoshop them, take a good picture, and put it on the internet.
I'll tell you what, when I had that clown knife in the quarantine tank, I didn't even think about it because, like I said, I was an idiot and didn't do no research. I had a nice school of neon tetras in there, and I just put them in because I bought them all the same day, and I didn't do research. So I drop them all in there, put them all in there. Everything's going good. Everything looks great. I wake up the next morning and half my neons were gone.
Oh, cool.
That's not cool.
I'm just messing with you. I'm probably pissing off all the guys that love community fish. They're probably saying, "That asshole."
I looked at the belly in the next morning of the knife fish, and it was so big it wasn't funny.
Yeah, those things are like gluten. So they'll eat anything they can.
Yeah, mine won't eat pellets or nothing when I had it.
Yeah, some of them are very, very, very tough to get off alive.
I'm raising right now. I got a Senegal biker, or I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
And that thing's awesome. I love that fish, but the problem is it's tried to jump out 4 times while feeding.
Yeah, a lot of them do that. Those fish are kind of funny when you see them at the fish store because a lot of people have different names for them. One girl was like, "Can I have a bitcher, please?"
That's what I said too. I go in there and I tell the fish guy at the tank, I go, "I'll get a bitcher," and he looks at me like, "What are you talking about?"
The guy that was catching the guy that was catching the biker thought she called him a bitch.
Oh man. Speaking of catching fish, I was at my local fish store one day and there's a new kid working in there. I got it. That's when I got my Lake Malawi. I got a couple Africans and there's tons of them in a 20-gallon tank. So
Damn.
I go, I'll get the albino. I didn't know the name, so I'll get the albino one. I'll get the blue with brownish colors on it. I'll get the yellow one, and then I got another blue. I think they call it a blue Akara.
Oh, cool.
And then I had a OB peacock, I think it was. And so the kids chasing them around. It took them like 35 minutes to catch one.
God damn.
So he's chasing them around, and I go, "Man, don't worry about it. I'll just come back some other time." He's like, "No, I'll get him." So then he started panicking, and they were all scared, and he had rock in there, and he knocked the rock over, and it smashed like 10 of them.
Damn. He wanted the money.
Yeah. Have you had any, like a couple times in, I'm not going to say the names of the stores, but I go in there and I get a fish and they bring it out and it flops on the floor and they try to sell it to me anyway.
It has to happen to me because the guys at my fish stores are actually pretty good. They're actually very experienced, but they know me. They know that I want the biggest fish in the tank, so they just hand me the net and they hand me the container and they hand me the bag. So I just basically do it myself.
That's awesome. Now, Alex, I know you might not want to answer this question, but have you ever kept piranhas?
Yes, I kept piranhas. Illegally, I've kept piranhas. Don't tell anyone. And I actually like them. I would probably get them again if it wasn't for a very big shipping fee and I had to sign papers. So I probably would get them again if I really wanted them.
Here, they're legal. The guy I know has a tank, like a 55-gallon full of nickel-sized ones right now.
Yeah. But it was awesome when I ordered piranhas because the guy would send me a whole shipment from the Amazon. I'd get piranhas, I'd get silver dollars, I'd get Oscars, I'd get chocolate cichlids, and even monster catfish and stuff. So if I were to start that up again, I'd probably make a business out of it.
Awesome. So let's switch topics again. I'm all over the place today.
It's fun. This is fun. This is the beauty of live radio or live YouTube.
Yeah, so I know you're a big fan of the Super Red Severum, and I know you've got a good one. But
yeah, you can hear somewhere. I don't know if you can see them.
So is the Super Red Severum the big question that I can't find any correct answer to because I get mixed answers? Is it a hybrid?
As far as I'm concerned, I don't really believe that it's a hybrid. I think it's a regular gold severum that is fed some super fine food to release a lot of red spots. But that is actually a controversial question because a lot of people feel differently about it. But I believe it's just genetics with this fish. I think that they alter the genetics for this red severum to get that red color. But even if it's a hybrid, it's one that I would support. I like them.
Yeah, I bought a couple hybrids not knowing what I was getting. I don't have them anymore. But
Yeah.
I bought a red parrot. I've had a flower horn. I've had like a convict. It was weird. I don't know. It was like a convict mixed with something.
I kind of hate convicts because they're always horny and they always breed.
Yeah, and then when they do breed, you think you're going to make money off them, and they're dime a dozen everywhere.
Yeah, they're a dime a dozen. My fish store, School of Fish, has really, really small ones for like a nickel sometimes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, Alex, what's your thoughts on the jewel cichlid?
The jewel cichlid, they're okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of them. I think they're almost as overrated as the convict cichlid, but they are kind of nice looking. But I personally never kept them.
I heard that they can be extremely aggressive.
Yeah, it's just one reason why I stay clear of them.
That's cool. So, do you have any awesome fish keeping shows coming up on your Ace Network podcast?
Yeah. Yes, all next week is mostly all aquatic wetline shows. Monday, April 13th, 2015, at 5 p.m. Eastern. Yourself, as my co-host, and me are going to be interviewing the owner of a wonderful Facebook fish group called Freshwater Fish Freaks, and he's actually become a good friend of mine. I'm going to interview Mr. Will Lane on the aquatic wetline this Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern in my great series called Fish Keepers United, which had wonderful guys like Tony Guy and Lynn Matney and all my great guests on it. So we're going to return the Fish Keepers United to the aquatic wetline, and we're going to debut it on the Ace Network on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And when we talk about that, I want to give a nice plug to my subscribers. If you guys are interested in being interviewed on the aquatic wetline on my Fish Keepers United series, please let me know, and I'll be happy to get you on there. Then Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, you're going to be co-hosting this one too, Jeff. I know you've been looking forward to this one for a while now. I've got my Oscar Cichlid Keepers Hour, and I've got a wonderful guest coming on, Scott Graham. He's all the way in Canada, but speaking with him on Facebook, and I can already tell that he loves Oscars. He knows his stuff, so I can't wait for that. That's Tuesday, April 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And what did I have for Wednesday? Wednesday, April 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Me and you are going to be talking about clown knives on the aquatic wetline. And then finally, Sunday of that week, I'm going to welcome back my good friend, Blueview Aquatics owner Josh Rodriguez, to the show. So a lot of fish shows next week.
So you have shows every day now, right?
Yep, every day of the week.
What are you doing do you have a show today on the Ace Network?
Yep, I have my Cooking with Alice Carnelli show, even though I'm not actually going to be talking about food, but my guest is, or actually my co-host is. My co-host for that show is ACF certified chef George Norrell, and ACF stands for American Culinary Foundation. So he's actually a chef that is recognized by the United States of America. So he's a very big chef in terms of a guest or a host for my show, and he's going to tell us about his restaurant and stuff tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Ace Network, blogtalkradio.com/Alex Card Network.
That's awesome. I'll have to tune in and listen to that.
Oh yeah, by the way, for those of you who say that I'm not a chef, you can ask my ACF certified chef, and they'll tell you that I'm a chef.
Yeah, you went to culinary school, didn't you?
Yes, I did for quite a while. I know there was a rumor going around that someone was spreading that I was not a chef, and I was like, "Holy shit! Why are they telling me that I'm not a chef when they don't even know me personally?"
True. People just have no.
Yeah, we'll end it there because I know you don't want to talk about that.
Okay, let's get back to fish keeping because this is a fish keeping live stream.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Alex?
Yeah, I guess I suppose I have one. Now, do you have any plans on keeping goldfish? I know you have everything else but goldfish now.
No. The only way I'd keep a goldfish is if I had to, basically. I have nothing
Yeah,
against them, but I'm more into the tropical fish, the monster fish.
me too. I don't like goldfish that much. I did when I was a kid, but now as a 21-year-old, I think they're not as popular as they used to be.
I see they make every goldfish tank I see usually is a big mess because of all the waste.
Yeah, that's very true. Unfortunately, with goldfish, they have no stomachs. That it produce a lot of waste. Oh, there's my
Even,
Severum in the background.
even
That's
though
my
even though Oscars have stomachs, they cause a lot of waste too. So I shouldn't be talking about that.
yeah. Did you see my red Severum? You just showed up in the video.
Yeah, you look cool.
Yeah.
So
I
Alex,
got.
are you gonna? Sorry, go ahead.
I said I gotta find you one. I know you've been dying to get your hands on one.
Yeah, I might wait a little bit though because if I'm getting discus,
Oh yeah.
so are you ever going to get a Planet aquarium?
Yes. I'm gonna have planted plants, live aquarium plants in my discus tank with some driftwood.
Yeah, just let me know and I'll send you some plants because I got a bunch. I got some in my Fluval spec. That's my personal tank. I won't get none out of there, but I actually have 30 and a 25 tall full of like Ludwigia, and I got a couple Java ferns, and I've
Nice.
been propagating some S. repens because I had a bunch of them.
Nice. So is it too early to announce your plans for plants?
Yeah, I'm not ready yet to announce anything, but I will as soon as I'm ready.
Okay, so only I know what it is, so I'm not going to tell anyone.
Yeah, so are you going to have CO2 running to your tank?
Yes, I actually think I'm gonna. I'll probably buy it from ST International.
Yeah, I'm running right now the ST International CO2 kit, and I'll try to show it. See,
Oh, nice.
it's the ST International kit. It comes with the diffuser, the canister, the stand, and the regulator. And the kit comes with one canister, but you can buy the canisters. And I think with the reviews I've seen, they last about a month if you run it low. I think I'm running 1 bubble per second. And I'd like to give a shout out to someone, if you don't mind, Alex.
Go ahead.
I would like to give a shout out to Mass Aquariums for all the help he's given me on my Planet Aquarium. Like, he's recommended all the plants, like the S. repens and stuff like that. And any question I have, he answers it and gives me a lot of great info. And he has a great review on the ST International CO2 system. And he's got a great Planet tank. So be sure to go check him out at Mass Aquariums. And he's also got the Mass Aquariums fish group on Facebook.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, Math Aquariums is awesome. I watch his videos all the time. He's got one of the best channels on YouTube. Probably the best for Massachusetts, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's only a couple of Massachusetts people I know on YouTube. I know you, MA Fish Guy, and Mass Aquariums, and there's one other guy. Oh yeah, Massachusetts Monsters.
Oh, I never seen his channel. I probably like him because he's got monsters.
So I'll answer after you, but what are your top 5 YouTube channels in the fish keeping community?
Top 5 favorite YouTube channels in the fish keeping community. So you know you're my favorite one. So Slash Master Entertainment at the top. Then we've got Math Aquarium for number 2. Then we have let's see, number 3 will be Dakota Discus. Number 4 would be, let's see, this is tough for me. Number 4, I'd have to go with Walru Joey because he's a very big, wonderful YouTube channel. I'd love to get him on the aquatic equipment if I could. And finally, Shamu Aquariums, the King of Kings, I call him. He likes Triple H, so I refer to him as King of Kings. But those are all my favorite fish keeping channels.
Awesome. Those are all some great channels. And, you know, I'm not going to name them in order because I really respect all my subscribers and I like everybody's channel.
Oh,
But
yeah, I feel the same way, too.
if I had to say, I'm just going to ramble off some. There's the aquatic wetline. There's Mass Aquariums, Aaron's Aquariums, Dakota Discus, Psychedelic Babe. Then there's the Inquisitive Fish Guy, Eric Wappa. Then you got Cooking with Alex Cardinelli.
I haven't done that in a while.
You got the Discus Man. You got Jeff B, Cichlid Nez, Mike Nichols, and everybody. I really like all my subscribers.
Nice. I like all of them too. Well, I love all our subscribers.
I tried out Ricky Kennerly Cichlids. He's got the, I'm not even joking, Ricky Kennerly Cichlids has the best frontosas on the YouTube. I love watching his videos.
He does. He's got the best frontosas. I've seen them.
And then we got 6 Feet Underwater with Batman. I love his channel. He was one of my first subscribers.
Yeah.
And if you're listening, Batman, in the future, I want to let you know the Joker's here.
Yep, and I'm the Penguin.
Okay, so I respect all my YouTube subscribers. So
Actually, I'm not the Penguin. I'm the Crow Sting.
don't start me on that.
Oh, I know you were right about that one.
So, like, I like my prize I got from the Aquatic Wetlines 150th episode. I got a big bag of cichlid gold.
Yeah, that was a pleasure of mine. I wanted you to win. That was awesome.
I got a micro wafers, tropical and community fish. And I don't have it in front of me, but I got a big bottle of Ultimate Water Conditioner, which is a great product.
It's probably this one, right?
Yep, that one right there, and it works great. And I'd like to thank the Aquatic Wetline for having the great contest, and I'd like to thank Hikari Sales USA for donating the prizes and sponsoring me.
You're welcome, man. It was my pleasure. I love giving back to the fish keepers.
And you gave away that was a big episode. You gave away 4 Hikari prizes, and you gave away 2 Petco gift cards from you. And then you had Simon 2 from ST International give away 2 canister filters and 2 protein skimmers. That was a huge episode, and that just shows you that the Aquatic Wetline is a great show, and everybody should go check it out on the ACE Network.
Yeah, I'm not over-exaggerating when I tell everyone that the Aquatic Wetline is really big. It's a really good podcast, and I guess all those prizes speak for themselves. So congratulations to all my winners, by the way. I will be having more prizes. Yes, that's right, more prizes in a couple of weeks. Or actually a couple months. Maybe my next prize will be in July, maybe.
For the 200th episode?
Yeah, 200th episode. But I know
that was a great episode, and you had a great 100th episode with prizes as well.
Yeah, I know you guys that are frequent viewers of my network are gonna say you're almost at 200 right now, but I'm actually not gonna do the official 200th episode for the Aquatic Wetline until the Aquatic Wetline itself reaches 200 episodes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you just started a network. Is there any benefits of having a network instead of just single shows?
The network allows me to do one show a day, which saves me a lot of free time because now I can do these live streams and I can go out to eat and I can go to the fish store and stuff. And it also brings a lot of listeners to my talk shows and my cooking show because when I had my own separate talk show, I was only averaging about 100 listens. And now that I incorporated it into the Aquatic Wetline, I'm getting about 400 listens per show and about 500 per each Aquatic Wetline show. So I'm getting more listeners now that I have the network on. So I think ACE Network is really going to be one of the biggest networks on Blog Talk Radio. I really do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'm not trying to take anything away from all the other networks out there. I just really love my network.
Yeah, you do good promotions and you have great commercials.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so back to fish keeping. Have you been watching any of the new river monsters?
No, I actually just missed all of it. I missed the new one. I was upset about it. I didn't even know it was on. I was free the time that I was on too because I was doing radio show work. I could have actually watched it. So I'm being in my head for that one. But I'm going to watch it on Comcast On Demand tonight.
My favorite episode, it's an older one, but it's two of them when he had the Pacus and the red-tailed cats on there.
Yeah, that was awesome. I like that one too. I wish he'd do one on Oscars, but I doubt he'll ever will.
Yeah, they're not like, I don't think, are they really classified monster?
No, they're not a monster. Or hopefully he'll catch one at least.
Yeah, that would be cool. So this is a question I've never asked you. You've asked me 100 times, but Alex, what actually got you into Oscars?
Oh, let's see. What actually got me into Oscars? Well, my dad had a very big albino Oscar when I was 6 years old, and I really liked it. But then I went to the fish store one day and I saw that there was a black Oscar, tiger, a regular common tiger Oscar, and I actually liked the circle on its tail, which is called the A.C.E, and that actually helps them in the wild prevent attacks from peacock bass and piranhas. So it's a good defense mechanism for the Oscars in the wild. But I actually really like the Oscars because of that reason. So that's what got me into the Oscars, is seeing that tiger Oscar with the A.C.E on its tail.
That's awesome. And now, can you keep peacocks and Oscars in the same aquarium?
You could, but it runs a risk of peacock bass being aggressive to your Oscars. I personally would try it because I like both, but some people have succeeded and some people have failed. Just a risk that you should take.
Now, let's see. I've seen a lot of videos of people keeping Oscars and red devils. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I definitely say it's a huge risk because we all know red devils are very aggressive, and I like red devils too, but I don't know if I would try it because I like my Oscars a lot.
Yeah. So what about let's say Oscars and piranhas? Would that work?
No, not in an aquarium, not even in the wild. I would never recommend keeping piranhas and Oscars in the same tank. And to those of you who do keep Oscars and piranhas together, shame on you. I'll put you in a tank with crocodiles and see how you like it. That's what it's like putting an Oscar with piranhas.
Yeah, I've seen a video on YouTube. This guy had a 75-gallon tank, and he had 2 Oscars and 3 piranhas in there.
That stuff just pisses me off when I see things like that.
Yeah.
It sounded like Bobby Valentine there from the former Red Sox coach when he got fired. He was like, "That really pisses me off." Remember that?
Yeah. So I'm all over the place. I got all kinds of questions. So
that's fine. Live video. This is what live is for. Unscripted, unedited, fun.
Let's say I've read in the multiple fish forums that it is not success, or clown loach has not successfully been bred in the home aquarium.
I don't know. I don't think they have ever been bred in the home aquarium. There was a guy that I saw a couple nights ago said that he has a friend that breeds clown loaches, but I have to see it to believe it because clown loaches are really, really hard to breed in the home aquarium, and I doubt seriously that he bred clown loaches, but he could prove me wrong. But clown loaches have not bred in the home aquarium, no.
Yeah, one guy told me one time at the local fish store that he swore that he had a 15-inch, or it was either 14 or 15-inch clown loach.
Yeah, I believe that because they do get pretty big, clown loaches.
What's a proper tank size for a clown loach? Because I know you have to keep them in schools.
Yes, for 4, I'd start off with a 75-gallon and work my way up to a 220-gallon. So I'd recommend for clown loaches anywhere from a 75-gallon to a 220.
That's awesome. And is their growth rate fast, or?
I'd say somewhere in the middle. They start out growing fast and then their growth starts slowing down. So they're kind of a slow grower.
That's awesome. And like, when I first started my channel, I was doing fire mouths, and people gave me so much crap about it because they say, "Oh, that's a stupid cichlid for beginners." I actually think they look awesome.
I agree. I definitely agree.
I have one in with my Oscars right now.
Oh, cool. I like firemouth. I think firemouth are a perfect beginner fish.
What's your thought on the flower horn?
Oh, I hate those things. Those things are so ugly. I don't like flower horns.
I seen one thing online that they have competitions, and some of the flower horns can go for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, unfortunately. My dog Boomer's in here watching us do our live stream.
So you got any questions, Alex? Well, I think of a couple more.
Sure, let me see. What else can I ask you here? Let's see. Well, I'm trying to think of one. What is the rarest fish you've seen at your fish store that's pretty rare in your area?
Let me think for a second. Rare. Let me think. I don't know. I seen one African cichlid that was called like the Christmas Fulu or something.
Oh, cool.
I've never seen one before.
Oh yeah, I do have another question for you. How did you run across my radio show?
I don't know. You need to remove those hearts, though.
I know. I don't know how the hell it got there. I tried getting a picture of the dog, but that came up.
Yeah, I stumbled across it. Well, what happened was before I got into the fish keeping hobby, I was surfing around YouTube looking at all different kinds of fish, and I stumbled across your channel and seen that you were trying to help the community, and I seen Gizmo, and that's when I first seen the first Oscar I've ever seen, so I had to go get one. And then I seen how much you were trying to help the community out with your information and stuff, and I seen you had a podcast for the 50th episode. So I checked it out, and then I was a fan ever since.
Oh, awesome.
It's like finding Waldo.
Yeah, you do a great job as my co-host. I'm glad you wanted to be a co-host because you're my best co-host to date because you don't boss me around. You don't tell me what to do and stuff.
I don't know about that.
No, you really are. You're my best co-host to date because other people tried to tell me what to do on my own show. They told me how to handle my sponsors and things like that. You just let me do my own thing and come on the air and make it fun for me. So I have to give you credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I enjoy doing it. I'm a little nervous at first, but I'm getting better.
I can't tell you're nervous on my show.
So you're getting an extra large common pleco. What do you got to say to the beginner people that think they can go to the pet store, buy a pleco, and it eats algae its whole life?
Great question. That rumor, or that myth, I should say, is actually very false about plecos, and especially common plecos. It is not true at all. The common pleco you buy at your fish stores most likely is already done eating algae. They stop eating algae at 4 inches or a little bit bigger than 4 inches, but generally the ones that are in the 8 to 10 inch mark, usually most fish stores won't get them in that size because they know that they're only algae and they can't sell them. But it is pond season, so a lot of people buy these large plecos, and a lot of the fish stores are going to stock large plecos. People put them in their ponds. But anyways, let's get back on topic here. Plecos, they will eat algae on occasion, but once they reach past 4 inches, it ain't going to be their main diet anymore. This is when they need more vegetarian, like plants, like cucumbers, zucchini, squash, etc. Plecos are vegetarian, so if you don't feed them right, they're going to be really skinny, a sunken belly, and eventually die. So you need to feed them vegetables, not just algae. You need to supplement their diet with vegetables, and they will do good. Now, they're going to poop a lot, but I'd rather have them poop a lot. I'd rather have them be healthy and happy than having them starve because they're just eating algae. And they'll probably not be happy if they're just eating algae because they want some real food too.
Awesome. And why don't you explain a little bit about the size to the beginners? And because I know in some pet stores, a kid will go in there and get one, and it's a common. He'll ask for a pleco, and they'll sell him a common pleco, and he's got a 10-gallon tank.
Yes, common plecos get really big. There are species of the hypopotamus that stay small, but those are very rare and in between. A lot of the common plecos out there are going to get anywhere from 16 inches to 3 feet long. So I'd recommend a 125 and up for life for a pleco. But obviously, you can get a pleco and keep upgrading them. But like I said on my podcast before, if you keep upgrading, it's going to cost you a lot of money. But sometimes we just have to do it that way. But yes, for life, I'd say 125 gallons and up is good for a pleco.
Awesome, because I have one right now, and I got him when he was like 1.5 inches, and he's like pushing 8 inches.
You like my yellow lab face?
Yeah. Looks like the hat looks like Fine Waldo.
Yeah. Roof, roof, roof. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Dakota Discus tonight about care for discus.
I know that's going to be awesome. I look at that guy from SpongeBob now.
Oh, I got a question on Twitter for you.
Okay.
From XS Somethings. I can't XS Somethings. Says aquatic wetline, great. Hold on, I lost it. Aquatic wetline, great live stream. Why did you start a podcast, and what is your goal with the podcast?
Awesome. I don't get that question that often, so I love answering those kinds of questions. I started my podcast because I actually found out about Black Talk Radio when I went to college, because I took up a small course called radio broadcasting, and I was actually in an internet radio class, and the professor showed us all these different podcasts. He showed me Stitcher, he showed me iTunes, he showed me another podcast out there. And then he showed me Blog Talk Radio, and he said it's free to host. And I was like, okay. And one of our tests for that class was to create an account using Blog Talk Radio, and you could do any topics you wanted. And I actually was taking up culinary arts at the same time. So I asked if I can get an extra grade if I did a cooking show and talked about things that I learned in class. So I ended up creating the Chef Cardinelli cooking show for a little while. That lasted for about 2 years, and I got an A+ in the culinary arts, and I actually did pretty well. My radio broadcasting teacher told me that I was actually quite comfortable. You wouldn't think that this is my first radio show, because I actually was very comfortable behind the mic and stuff, so that was pretty awesome. But that's a long story. I don't even know why I brought that one up. We're talking about the aquatic wetline here. So after that, I wanted to do something that I was more comfortable talking about, because I had to do hours of research on the cooking topics, and I didn't want to spend that much time researching what to talk about. So I figured, I'm a fish keeper. I've been in the fish hobby for a while. I'll do a fish show. And I was quite iffy about it, because there was already another podcast out there that was into fish, and they were treating me like garbage. And I said, you know what? I'm going to create a podcast, and I'm going to outdo you. And I didn't think I was going to do it, because they had a lot of listeners. And somehow I got lucky. I started pulling their listeners away, and they all turned into the aquatic wetline, and it took off from there. My goal with the aquatic wetline is to make sure my listeners stay, make sure I do shows they like, and make sure I get some wonderful guests. My goal with the aquatic wetline is basically to help out the fish keepers now that I got it started. And I'm really happy where I've been. I started it back in 2013, and here it is 2015, and we're ready to celebrate our 2-year anniversary, which is going to have a big celebration episode on that. There'll be prizes and such. And now people can say that I really do love the hobby because I give away prizes like this and stuff. So I really do love the hobby. So that's how I got into aquatic wetline, and it's a very good part of my life. I'm very thankful that I found Blog Talk Radio when I did.
Awesome. And Dakota Discus says, are we going to do a live chat later, just us three?
Yes, just us three. I'm only going to allow just Slash Master 1989 and just Dakota Discus. That way we can make sure that there's no interruptions or swearing or anything.
So, yeah, I can't wait. I have a lot of questions on how to buy from Dakota Discus and questions on care for him on Discus.
Awesome.
I got 4 more questions on Twitter. I said ask questions. So
Okay, cool. You're awesome, man. Thanks for the advertisement for me.
this is from Fish Tastes Good.
Okay.
He says, if you could keep one fish for the rest of your life and only one fish, I mean not multiple numbers of the same fish, just one fish, what would it be and what size tank would it be in?
So like one single species of fish, right? Or one single specimen. Okay, that's a tough one for me to answer. I don't know. I guess I'd say I'd have to have an Oscar and a 75-gallon for life.
Awesome. Fish tastes good. Thanks for the question. And the next one is from Corals I Love. He says, Corals I Love. He says, are you going to be keeping salt water? And if so, are you going to have a lot of corals?
Yes, I will be keeping saltwater, and I'm undecided on the corals right now because a buddy of mine who just got into saltwater decided to go the hard route and go with corals, and he lost about $1,000 of his hard-earned cash. So I don't think I'm going to start right away with corals. I think I'm going to work my way up. I'll probably start with a fish only with live rock tank, and then work my way up to corals if I do go corals. I know there's a great group out there on Facebook called Western Massachusetts Area Reef Society with my good friend Josh Rodriguez and a good man that I just met. But if I were to go corals, I know that Josh and this man would help me out.
Awesome. Thanks for the question. And the next one's just a bunch of numbers, but it's, oh God.
Is it a troll?
It says Oscars are overrated and outdated. Move into 2015 and get a fish that doesn't belong in the 60s.
Oh, what an asshole. That's my answer to that one.
Kid, and another one, it's like written in a weird type thing, so I can't say it. It says, I have 4 Oscars in a 20-gallon tank for a year.
That can't be right, because I know they would never fit in a 20-gallon that long.
That's what it says.
You probably did, though. Who knows?
It says
that question about the Oscars in the 60s. That's not always true because I know there's a lot of Oscar keepers out there. Just look at my Oscar ticket keepers hour on the aquatic wetline. I get 500 listens for each show, so I don't think that's a true statement there.
came from, it's another weird one I can't say. Just like a bunch of numbers. It says an Oscar can live in a 20 if you stun its growth. These are stupid.
Oh my God! How stupid can you be? Okay, so I'm gonna adopt you and not feed you for life and say you can live. That's basically
I don't. These people are just trying to get you going.
Yeah, I'm on a video. Is there any more questions?
Yeah, I'm searching right now. There's one more. I just went back.
Okay, cool.
I'm on my phone, so it's kind of hard to. I have to make it bigger.
My mom came in here to see what we were chatting about. I told her I was on video.
Is it? Oh, I'm not even saying that.
What did he say?
I'm not saying it.
Why is it a troll?
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. They're trolls. I'm done with the Twitter.
Yeah, don't go back on there. Some trolls have no life.
Oh, there's a good one. What's your thoughts on freshwater lionfish? And have you ever kept one?
Nope, I never had a freshwater lionfish, and actually, the freshwater lionfish aren't freshwater; they're brackish water. That's all I know about them, though.
Oh my God! So people don't have a life.
Oh my god! Hey, save those questions, and I'll play them on my asshole of the week tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll tweet them to you.
Okay, the people are really just assholes, huh?
Oh, this one's not too bad. From S Clutch 70 some. It's just a bunch of words. Could you raise an Oscar and eat it? What is up with these questions?
Oh my god, these are really weird people out there. Could I raise an Oscar and eat it? I guess you could. I don't know why you would want to. I mean, you could just go to the Amazon and buy one to eat.
No, I'm not saying anymore.
Where do you find all these people?
I don't know. No, I just tweeted and put a hashtag like Q&A, ask questions, and then I got all these weird.
It's okay. We just get to laugh at them. I don't mind. People are idiots nowadays.
Okay, yeah, I'm really excited about our show at Dakota Discus tonight. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really wanting to get into discus. So again, everybody go check him out at Dakota Discus on YouTube and give him a sub. He's got great videos. And Alex will probably plug his radio show right now.
Yep, Dakota Network on Blog Talk Radio. I definitely want you guys to go and check that out. blogtalkradio.com/Dakota Network, I believe it is. He'll tell you guys about it tonight because I don't know what the exact website link is. I'm still laughing at those trolls, man. That's funny. It's not even getting to me.
Let's see if there's another one. Let's see.
Come on, troll, send some more because we can laugh at you.
I don't know. How many does it say watching on your thing? Because it says there's 5 on mine.
It says one viewer here.
Yeah, it says 5 where I'm watching.
Oh, you're probably on YouTube. I'm on the Google Hangout one.
Yeah. Okay. How can I buy wild guppies? That's from Tomato. I don't know how to say that.
I don't even know if they sell wild guppies because I never keep guppies. You know me better than anyone. The only way I buy guppies is for my Oscars. I'm sure you could get wild guppies, but they're probably just going to be colorless. You've got those fancy guppies out there that are captive bred.
The last one I had from Justin 78, 58, 50, just a bunch of numbers. Do you have any plans or do you keep oddball fish?
Oddball fish. Yes, I do plan on having some oddballs. I definitely want to get into some bikers again. Palpaturis Delhaize is one that I'm actually researching right now. And Palpaturis Engly is one that I've had in the past. What else do I want for oddballs? I want a J Goby, which is a nice Goby as well. Clown Knife I have as a nice oddball. I don't think you can consider cichlid as oddball fish, so I can't name any of the fish I have now, but except for the Clown Knife. And I definitely want a Black Ghost Knife and maybe some stingrays in the future. And by the way, I appreciate all the good questions out there. I also appreciate the troll ones because it is kind of funny.
The last one I'm not going to read because of the name. It's like you ate, then something horrible.
Thank you for writing it in. That's okay. The what do you call it? The trolls are actually making fools of themselves by responding to us. So keep it up.
I'm not checking it anymore.
Just make sure you save all those things. I'm going to play them on tomorrow's show, and I'll embarrass them on the radio.
I will.
Okay.
So let's get back on the discus. And now, actually, I think Dakota discus is before we get back to discus, Dakota discus has talked me into getting a snake. I'm thinking about a corn snake.
Oh, corn snakes are awesome. I like corn snakes. I almost bought that snake today that was $25, but I found out he had a fatal disease. So I walked out of that store.
Yeah, no wonder he was so cheap.
Yeah. Never buy a fish or reptile from that place again.
Yeah. So, like, a couple things I was wondering about discus is, what age or size do they start breeding at?
Oh, I don't even know about that because I never bred them personally. We'll have to ask that tonight.
Yeah, more from the trolls, but I'm not saying it. So here's to you guys.
You can say it. You can say it if you want.
I'm not
I don't
swearing.
care.
I'm not swearing on the podcast.
You could just block the swears if you want.
Okay. Can't say the name, but you beep 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 you beep 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 beep.
Do I think I know who that is from?
No.
Okay. I've heard worse.
When there's guppies in Alex's house, all you hear is.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the discus thing.
I know.
I just never wanted to buy them from my local fish store because I've had bad luck with them, and like Petco, I never see.
Yeah. That's funny about those trolls,
Okay.
though. I'm still laughing.
Dakota discus says do zonthids, ZOANTHI.
Those are a saltwater invertebrate. Pretty cool.
And he says, good choice, but king snakes are better.
Nice. If I go reptiles, I'll probably go turtles because they're easy. They get dirty, but they're easy.
I seen this one video. This guy had a turtle, and the pleco was cleaning its shell.
That's cool. This is fun. This is fun. It goes a lot quicker than the radio show, believe it or not, for some reason.
Yeah, you got a show coming up soon.
Yeah, in a couple like an hour or so. So we'll end this pretty soon.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, because we got another one tonight.
Yeah. You want to end it now, or you want to keep going?
It's up to you. It's your live stream.
All right, I guess we'll end it now. But we have one coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, and 7 p.m. Pacific. So hope you guys will join us for that one.
And everybody that watched, and the trolls on Twitter, thank you. And Dakota Discus, thank you. And be sure to check the Dakota Discus out at YouTube.
Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you trolls. You guys are funny. So thank you for that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tonight at 9 p.m. I mean, 10 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Central. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you, Slash, for being an awesome guest.
Oh, no problem. I enjoy doing live stream.
Okay, cool.